Good morning. Hand today is going to be pocket jacks. We are in middle position. Hijack folds around to me. I open raise. I think this is standard open raise spot here. There's our range, but then we get 3-bet by the cutoff and it folds back to us. And he makes a fairly standard 3-bet raise. He's playing 21-14. Pre-flop raise is about 2%. I've got raise first in, 3 big blinds from under the gun with ace jack, and then missed a c-bet on a board that probably should be a c-bet, and then bets a third on a queen. He's got, I do have his 3-bet range, so jacks plus, so jacks, kings plus, but I'm going to assume queens are in there as well. So jacks plus, ace queen, king queen off. So if we have ace queen and king queen off, then we also have those suited ones and better hands. So I'm going to say something like this, tens maybe he just calls with them, but I think that's going to be his 3-bet range, 6.18%. And then it folds back to me. Well, I'm obviously not going to continue with all of this, so it comes down to what am I going to give up and what am I going to 4-bet with. So I think we're looking at folding a lot of these hands. We're definitely gonna raise, kings plus, ace king. I think ace king off we could just call here. I was doing that and I'm not sure if that was correct yesterday, but we are mid position. We're going to be out of position, so it's going to be better for us just to be aggressive, to go for a raise and just try to take it down with some of our speculative hands. So we have jacks. Let's do getting rid of the small pocket pairs. When it comes time for these, how far down, 7s, 8s, I think are okay. We're definitely going to have somewhat of a tighter range here, more narrow range here. So I think this is probably what we're looking for. I think we're going to have to raise with, again, queens, ace king suited, ace queen. I think we're going to just have to go ahead and 4-bet instead of trying to play tricky. He does have a pretty tight range. If we 4-bet, we're raising it up. We already bet 3. He raises it to 10. We're going to be raising it up to maybe like 22, 25. So that way, I mean, if he comes over the top with that, he's got aces or kings, and that's about it. And we can fold our hand, but we're going to be aggressive. So jacks is kind of at the top of our calling range here. Jacks could be used as a 4-bet, but I believe I had already 4-bet twice at this table, so I have to, watch that. So I do call. We take a flop of queen 10-3, and that's kind of interesting. It's put me, I'm reviewing this hand because it's kind of put me into a tough spot. I know he misses with all of his ace kings, ace jack hands, but he's gonna have pocket pairs that connect. He could have pocket jacks, could have kings, could have aces. So if we look at what he connects with, top pair plus is going to be, and we're going to get rid of the flush draws, 62% of the hands are going to be top pair plus for him. He could have flush draw, like ace king spades, would just really be tough for us. So I think overall our equity is just going to not be very good, and we're right. It was like 36%. So I think we're checking here. We're not going to bet. Villain bets here. Bets a third pot. What is he going to bet with? I'm going to guess he's going to probably bet with everything that he has. So overcards, we are missing some, like ace jack, does he bet with ace jack? I do. I think so. I think he's going to bet 100%. He already 3-bet, and I already called, and this should help his range. I think he's going to see me fold a lot, or I think he probably can see me fold. The sizing is, about a third, so it's, it's encouraging me to call with a wider range. So I do like how he bet that, and we will need to take notes on that. So what do I call with? Not sure if we ever have a raising range here, like a check raising range. We could. I guess if we have a check raising range, we're looking at, flush draw, open ender. Let's do that. Get those set. I don't think we're check raising like gut shot. I guess maybe a set, maybe something like that is going to be somewhat balanced. So check raise sets, flush draw overcard. And that means then we're going to be calling with maybe top pair. I think we're going to call with that with jacks and probably ace 10. Kind of see what happens, because we can check the turn or we can bet the turn and be aggressive with that. I guess we're guarding against. Yeah, we're guarding against c-bets, guys that are going to be c-betting most of the time here. So here we are. What do? I call. So let's get this. I think flush draw, open enders out. I'm hoping that I would check raise. Now, how much would I check raise? So if I check raise, we're going up to 42. We're probably check raising up to like 21, because then that's going to leave a pot size bet. So raising it up maybe about 3 times, that's going to leave about a pot size bet remaining. I think with that pot size bet, we're going to be getting it in. We're going to be committing with that check raise. So, so that's the range. 9 of clubs actually helps me, gives me the open ender. Now with the jacks, I check, but I kind of feel like we should be betting here, like be aggressive here. And with the bet, I think we're going up to maybe like 15. I mean, I like his size here. Again, about a third pot. I do like his size, because I think he's going to be set to bet again. His set, his overpair, top pair. I think his jacks are going to be betting here too. He's probably doing the same thing that I am. And this is where if I had bet here, it's going to cause him to pause. And I could easily bet again. Now he's going to think, well, if he has jacks, he's going to think, well, 2 jacks are accounted for. I can't possibly have jacks. So he's going to probably give me credit for the queen, maybe 2 pair, maybe queen 10, possibly, maybe 10-9, possibly, or trips, flop 10s, flop 9s. I think trip 9s and trip 10s are probably going to be the most likely thing. And then he could think, well, why didn't I check raise? Well, I didn't check raise because I'm waiting on the turn or whatever. Again, I'm not sure if it reflects how I play it or how I should be playing it. I think if we factor in GTO, we're not always going to check raise, so that allows us to make the lead on the turn. But I think he's betting with all of those. I think flush draw. I think he would only be betting these draws if they were part of these hands. So ace queen, no, let's see here. Well, he doesn't have ace 9. So king jack spades, I think he bets. But he bets, And now we're looking at, we need almost 4 to 1. So we need almost 5 to 1. It's 3.85 to 1. Question is, am I getting that? Do I have that with my draw? I don't think so. So, so the pot odds is 21%. We have to get past that. We already narrowed his range down. Right now we're at 25. So yeah, this should be a call for us. But I think what we're doing is we can call with the open-ender. Call with the open-ender. I think we call with top pair plus something like that. And that is going to give us, jeez. Yeah, that I mean, we do have 42% now. So that card actually improves us. And that's, I'm wondering if maybe that's why perhaps we should be leading. But in any case, I don't think we're going to be calling with any of these underpairs, the 7s and the 8s anymore. They're part of the gut shots. I think the bet sizing is encouraging me to call. So I did call. So I think mathematically that's probably correct. Hold on. But let's check Equilab. See what it says. And you could say, why do Equilab? Well, it's jacks. That's what I'm looking at. So we've got jacks. Jagged jack of clubs. Villain has, oops. Let's get his range in here. And we've got a queen of spades, 10 of spades, 3 of hearts, and then 9. There we go. No, so with just jacks, we're making a bad call. Our range, if we're just playing our range, this fits, but not with our actual hand. So 7 of hearts comes out, and I didn't really give myself any way to win here. I checked. Villain checks behind. And the question is, I kind of feel like I should be betting the turn and then probably follow it up with the river. So we're going to go back to the turn. I bet 15 here. He calls 45. So 15, 15, 30. So we are now going to be at 66. It's going to be a pot size bet on the river. Which I think we could do. Maybe I lead the river here as kind of a bluff because I missed it. So, you know, we kind of bluffed the jacks. We turn jacks into a bluff. And we have our set, maybe. Let's do that. Or we pick only a couple jacks, maybe, you know, the non-spade. But we went check, check. Check. Villain, once he checked, at this point it doesn't really matter. I think sets could probably check too, but I kind of expect sets to bet. So we're looking at overpair, top pair. So ace king, aces, kings, maybe jacks. What does he show? He shows jacks. So we split the pot here, which again, I'm not really thrilled with it. I think I missed my shot to win. So what does GTO say? We're out of position. We've got our ranges. I've got everything set up here, ready to go. I've got pre-flop ranges, mine, his. We're going to run the solver, and we'll be back. All right, so this ran fairly quickly. I'm not surprised that we're checking at all. I'm not surprised the villain's going to be betting most of his hands here. Has him betting 85%. Does have some hands that he's going to check with. I guess ace queen's kind of interesting. You check with ace queen to kind of balance against the times that you're also checking with jacks. I think I make sense. And he bets 12. I guess we should fix this. Maybe make this like that. Yeah, we're gonna reduce the size. All right, rerun and come back. All right, and we're back. With our bet sizes, now we can bet just a little bit. Which one are we looking at? Just very small. It's still check. We're checking. Villain's betting. He's not going to bet as much because he's betting a little bit smaller. He's encouraging me to call. I kind of think that was a little mistake on his part. I would have liked a half pot size because that's going to get us to... here, let's go here. If we do 10 and a half, that's going to bring it up to 40, 42. We're going to have like 70. We could set up for a, over bet shove at that point. But he bet. It is what it is. He still has like ace, queen, jacks, kind of in some of his betting range. He bets, and then it kind of comes to us. GTO has us folding these hands, so maybe that's something that I'm calling lightly too much versus a C bet. We do have some calls here, but those have the jack of spades. We don't have anything else to fall back on, so I think that's a solid mistake, mate. Maybe we need to just fold here. So we're gonna go ahead and say, what was our turn? 9 of clubs. We're gonna say I called, which is what I did, and then all of a sudden our bets start to pick up. So now we're looking at betting somewhat king, queen, king, jack, betting our straight, betting top pair, but not too many bets. So the idea that maybe we should have led with our draw, no, it didn't feel right that I should be doing that. Not on a 3-bet pot, not on this board where he figures to have a much stronger range, better equity than I do. So I think mistake here. Maybe I needed a 4-bet. Maybe I needed a 4-bet it. And I guess if I do 4-bet, how does that change it? So we're going to take these out. So we've got like a 4-bet range. Looks something like that. If he calls, what does he call with? I think aces and kings just get it in. I kind of feel like ace king suited will too. It could be just something like that. So now we're gonna change it to half pot. Oh, we would also have to change the starting pot. So I guess we raise it up to, let's say we did 25. He calls, starting pot is 50. And we bet 15 more, so that would be 74. So effective stack is 74. All right, we'll run solver and check it out. All right, so as I kind of expected, if I 4-bet, we're betting half pot here with basically our entire range. We do have some checks we could play with ace king. If we don't have the spade, so ace king hearts, ace king spades definitely favor the bets. We bet. If he calls, I think we are just getting it in. We're getting it in with kings, we're getting it in with aces, but then we're just kind of checking it. We're protecting our checks with some queens. So once we check, villain's betting 100%, and then we're calling ace king. We dump ace king. especially if we don't have the spades. That's interesting. But I guess if we don't have the spades, or if we have a spades, it makes it less likely the villain's doing it with this flush draw. All right, so I think we're gonna end here. Made the mistake of calling on the flop. We should just check fold, which seems weak, but the board just didn't help us, and that was like my story yesterday. The board just really wasn't helping my range at all. Runouts weren't helping my range. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you do, look tomorrow for another hand.